Hi guys, my name is Mark and today I show you my favorite boards. Let's go! No, I'm not a skater boy. Today we're talking about what I think or what you think about when you try to get a new keyboard for Christmas, for example, for someone you like or for yourself, or after Christmas, or whenever in the next 2 or 3 months you decide to buy a new keyboard or you want to pre-order something. I just give you a brief overview about keyboards I like and my opinions about keyboards and about the surrounding and competition of these keyboards. Today I kind of start with full-size keyboards because most of you people know I'm not really playing full-size keyboards, but I also reviewed some of them, and mostly I got asked what's about the Apex Pro one, so the Omni-Point version from SteelSeries, the Hall effect switches with linear switches with an adjustable point where the switch is engaging and sending the signal for you. If you know my review for this, you already know what I'm thinking about it, but I want to show the real player in this field, the real alternative in my opinion. If you know it, you're good, and if you don't know it, watch my video about it. That's the Wooting 2HE. That's the latest version of the Wooting keyboards. Wooting is a brand from the Netherlands. They're basically doing this keyboard. They have an own design for a Hall switch, which they call a lacquer switch, which have a little bit high force, like 60 centinewton for a linear switch. It's linear Hall effect switch. Basically feels like a very good red switch, to be honest. Sound is kind of okay, but what makes this special, for example, over a Razer analog, over other analog keyboards, over the SteelSeries Pro? Basically, it's the software they use, the Tychron mode, how they call it, the ability of setting every key with different specified settings, so you can adjust everything, every key as you want. You can set the point where it reacts, so you can do 0.1 millimeter, so it reacts every or always at 0.1. You can also set the way you need to release the button until you will be able to do the setted way, so like 0.1, 0.2 or 1 millimeter to get the next signal sent again. So basically this keyboard is kind of super cool for everyone who is seeking for stuff like this, for everything adjustable, for an adjustable release point, for just everything you can mention about. And the software is very good made for the keyboard. The pricing is very good for a very solid product. Remember, this is a full-size keyboard with cable management on the backside, with a high quality cable coming with it, with an aluminum plate on the front side, with lacquer switches. I think they made it together with Gatron, as much as I remember, which are very high quality, which have 1 million actuations. And basically they sell this in a German ISO version with double shot PBT caps, which have a very high quality for like roughly 200 euro. They're on pre-order right now, but they deliver December this year. And also there's coming a 60% version, which is also for pre-order right now, but it will be delivered Q2 next year. So it basically comes in after April. I'm sure it will be after April. But at all, quality is very high, and I was very satisfied about this product. And for me, that's the product this series should have done when they were thinking about the Apex Pro keyboard. Very good work, Wooting guys. Keep it up. So that's for me the best Omni-Point keyboard, analog keyboard, Hall effect switch keyboard available. When it comes to 60%, will be super nice. Now I'm talking about my favorite bare bone available, or was available, or the one I bought because it felt for me it was the best choice. That's the Keychron Q1 in the German ISO. It's not available anymore. Just let me click it here. It was like at the end something like 190 euro for me. Basically very solid, out of metal. It has very good stabilizers. Quality feels very good. It says QMK and wire support. You can basically customize it as much as you want. A lot of other big reviewers also liked it a lot. There are so many options you can do with this one. If this Q1 will get available again and you're seeking for a bare bone like this and you saw the videos about it and you realize it's really good, I also can tell you if it's available and you want to buy it, there was no point. I was not satisfied about the quality, about the cable, about everything around. They deliver a coiled cable with it. They have also Mac and Windows support on Switch. PCB inside is very good. It's a very good package for a low price. For products available right now, I only know that there is right now a good Akku bare bone, or it will come up soon. But it's like 65 or 75%. Did not really research a lot of it and about it, but as much as iron is also maybe a very good option. But I think when you do custom or you're looking for bare bone, don't be shy to spend like 200 euro. I think should be around this, maybe a little bit more. Don't buy like 60, 100 euro stuff from China. I think it's not worth it because you want to build something custom, really unique. And don't buy cheap switches, don't buy cheap K-caps, don't buy shit stuff, guys. If you do this once, you do it for you, not for someone you want to sell it. And my opinion is like, it's like building a custom car, PC or whatever. It's like something you give a little bit soul into it and then just pick the right stuff. Maybe order some switches to test them, order switch tester, whatever. Just get the right stuff for you. Don't be afraid to spend more money than you were thinking about upfront. That's what I can say to this. And I'm still thinking about setting up a good custom keyboard here soon when I have the time. And I will film it for you and then I will show it for sure. So I will do it another way than I've done it in German. I will go over now to those low profile keyboards. I have some here. I have also other low profile keyboards here from Cooler Master. This is the non-wireless version, for example. And I have the Keychron version here from the K7, which is low profile with optical switches. One thing I can tell you guys, most of them are coming with ABS keycaps like the old Streak 65, but the new one is already with double shot PBT keycaps. But there is no German version right now for the Fnatic Streak LP. It's called. It's only an US and UK version. I'm waiting for the German and then I might test it. The switches inside are Sherry, so there are high quality switches. What's special about low profile, as you can see, if you compare it to normal plastic, yeah, it's just the height in total. It's also the way or the length of the way of the switch. It's 3 mm in total here. After 1 mm, you get the reaction by the switch. So the switch begins to contact and sends your signal over the PCB to your PC. So the way in general for the total way is very short, and the way until your signal gets sent is also very short, which makes it fast in feeling and in just by the way it moves and the time you need to spend and travel the way with the switch because of the 1 mm and 3 mm in total. But there's also other alternative I show you a little bit later. But let me come to an end here. There are also other full-size keyboards. There are some from Logitech low profile. Sherry released one very cheap for 120, 130 full profile. Low profile, I mean, but full size with a metal plate on it and with Sherry switches. And basically, this is enjoyable for everyone who's really seeking for something flat because they just want to have a flat laying and they don't want to arch the hands a lot and just want to have an ergonomic feeling the whole time. I can assure you, you will enjoy this. Just by my own experience, I can tell you that the total latencies, just from the electronic side, from the scan rate side of the PCB and how it's made, seem kind of high for me, to be honest, compared to some of the competition. But yeah, that's my opinion. I can tell you, if the size and the way it lays on your desk is overall very satisfying for you, just play it. It's an awesome one. I played it also for like a month and I enjoyed it very much. Then I'm coming to some keyboards I really used for a really long time. Let me start with this Huntsman Mini with the V2 optical switches. As some people know, I was very hyped about this. I'm still very in love with the feeling of the red linear switches with 1.2 millimeter actuation point. That's not as some people or websites are claiming or saying. That's not 1 millimeter on the reds, it's 1.2. It's the V2 version, guys, and they feel very smooth. It's still the version, the thick version with the stabilizers. The switches are kind of like they're from 2017, 2018. They're made by a very big Chinese company, and Razer just bought them and managed or told them how they really want them, and they just done it. Still very good feeling. Razer software is crap, to be honest, so try to play it without Razer software, update the firmware if you got it, enjoy it. It's very silent, it's very responsible, you have an awesome feeling. One problem you have here is, or what I would say you can do is you just use rings, but there's a problem. Yes, this is MX switch style, but if you use, for example, rings to shorten the whole or the travel distance of the switch in total, nothing will happen because the ring will just lay on here and will never touch the plastic, so the travel way will not be shortened. I didn't found a solution. Maybe there's a solution for this to travel or to make the whole distance of travel shorter, but I did not really wanted to research it more. Was very good, but then I went back to my old Ducky Mecha. Some of you think know the video where I compared these two. The latest version in German available of the Ducky Mecha Mini, guys, not Mini, it's the metal version, 150 euro with silent reds, 1 million actuations, roughly 2 millimeter travel for the actuation and 4 millimeter travel in total on the silent reds. And here was 12236. And yeah, at one point I just put it out again and set the debounce back to 5 milliseconds and checked the scan rate and realized it's still a 2 milliseconds keyboard, you know? And then I was just like, come, let's go. There is a new version available with Speed Silvers, and I just got myself the Speed Silvers. They are actuated 1.2 millimeters. I just got some rings for the K-caps to shorten the total travel distance. These are not thick, they are thin rings, thin softs, because if you use thick rings here on 1.2 millimeter actuation point and 3.6 millimeter total travel distance on the soldered version of the Sherry Speed Silvers, the new ones with a debounce below 1 milliseconds, you will have a huge problem, because if the rings are not very good made or too thick, you are directly on the point where the reaction is. So you're direct at 1.2 or 1.3 millimeter where the key stops, and sometimes you have like, at first it's a very, very short keystroke feeling. It's very, very special, to be honest. And then you sometimes don't release the key, so it is not reacting when you play it like this. I played it a lot. It's way louder than the red one. It's very responsive. Today I will go back to my linear red ones. We'll do some sick rings under it to just mod it again. One thing you can do here is check your polling rate on your USB port. Check your energy saving modes on your USB port. Set it to 5 milliseconds. You do it by pressing FN, pressing the Alt here, and then pressing the, in German it's the Z button, for use of the Epsilon, and just put it over to 5 milliseconds debounce and enjoy, guys. It's still very, very comfortable keyboard. If you don't want a metal keyboard, which is, by the way, one of the best feelings ever, if you have laying it on desk and it's not moving, it's feeling so solid. You also can go to the plastic version for 25 euro less, but I would say just spend 25 more and get a measure. It has the same functions, the same times, the same arm inside, so it's capable of everything. The measure is also capable. The measure only has a little bit different design and different housing and feels for me way more worthy. That's why I'm playing it, and then I'm just using my Wu-Ting wrist rest, put it like here, it's fitting perfectly, and then I play 12 hours a day. Not really, but I try to. Yeah, that's basically it. I don't want to convince you to buy a Measure Mini, by the way. I just want to tell you how my experience is. And by the way, as you see, this is not an ISO version, that's an ANSI version. I tested a lot of different switches on the duckies. That's, for example, are KEYBOARD Reds. And I can tell you these KEYBOARD Reds have a very high, or let me say not high debounce, the contact duration, which is not like a gold contact duration inside, is kind of releasing, or when the switch comes back, it's kind of slow. So the signal gets sent way longer, so the release point takes longer, and so the debounce itself, the mechanical debounce on the KEYBOARD is very high. Sure, the feeling is very stable. They feel very stable because of the box design, but just in terms of performance, I would stick with the very new Sherry's, to be honest. The soldered version, not the hotspot version. Let's see what happens in future, and I hope you enjoyed this. This is not a review video, this is just a video for guys who are always asking me, yeah, what kind of keyboard do you think is the best? I don't think I can tell you which keyboard is the best for you. I would say watch this video, hear what I'm thinking about, and think about yourself what you need. What are your wishes? Form factor, size, height, switches, keycaps, how it feels, how the loudness is, which actuation point you need. Are you a hardcore gamer? Are you more soft typing guy? It needs to be clicky, needs to be linear. You need omnipoints. Whatever you need, think about it. Maybe you build a custom one and spend a lot of money, like 300, 400, 500, 600. Maybe you just buy a Measure, or you just buy a normal ducky, which is for me still one of the best out of the box keyboards you can buy, because you don't need software. You can handle everything about with short handles with the FN button. There are multiple macro layers, there are multiple adjustments. It's an awesome keyboard, it's easy to use and everything without fucking software, which is very good, not like on Razer, on Corsair, on whatever. And honestly, with the big branded keyboards, with the Apex CKL Pro, with the Corsair K65 Mini 8K Hertz, mostly and mainly with the high and big branded keyboards, I made the worst experience, because they are just like, it's like the mouse they built. They're not very special. They try to convince everyone, so they're not performing very good. They have high debounces, bad software, bad alignments. RGB is controlled by the software over the same USB ports and by the same controller on the keyboard, which is also managing your signal, so it's not divided from each other, which interrupts or interferes your milliseconds, so the responsivity of your system and of your keyboard itself, so it just interferes you in performing. That's why I would say, if you just want out of the box, try to get the ducky. If you want the new ones, the 3s, they are releasing in January. Some big YouTubers already reviewed them, like Brandon and I think Optimum Takes 2, some big guys. Just watch the videos. Awesome keyboard coming up by Ducky, the 3. No Measure for now, but very good plastic versions, different colors, different size, SF, full size, whatever. You can buy this. I will buy them too. I will try to review it in January or February when I get them, and I will show you here, guys. So long. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, just put it down in the comment below. And I hope you understood what my intention for this video was. Thanks, guys. See you soon. Bye.